All right. Good morning. It's been it's been a little bit since I posted another one of these. I'm back in school. Had to travel back. I'm finally back in classes. Finally back to getting more things done. Finally back to a more productive lifestyle. So hopefully we keep these up as well. But I was thinking today a little bit about how most of the actions that you take are going to be risk asymmetrical. So what I think that means, whatever that term means, basically what it means is that if most of the actions you take are going to have a higher chance of a good outcome happening than a bad one, or the good outcome is going to outweigh the risk of the bad one in most situations. So, for example, think about starting something like an online business. You usually don't need to put that much upfront capital. You just need to go create something, build something. That's going to take some time. And then you need to go and do some outreach for clients. And it's going to cost you a little bit, maybe a couple $100, anything like that. But you put in that time, you put in that work, and if nothing happens, if you really, really try for like 6 months or a year, you spend a lot of time on it. If you really tried and nothing happens, you don't end up losing that much money. In the grand scheme of things, obviously, nobody wants to lose like $1,000. I, of course, wouldn't. That, especially now in college, that's not something I'm looking towards doing. But in the grand scheme of things, you can go make that money back over the course of your lifetime, and you are going to learn a lot along the way. So, worst case scenario, you don't make a single cent, you're down, but you've learned a good amount, and you can go back to the life you had previously. Let's say I want to build some computer science project, right? It's I have to put in a lot of time. I don't want to do this. There's a lot of excuses to not start, but then you look at the risk asymmetry where if I start and I fail and I suck and I don't know what I'm doing and I don't get it done, I at least still learn something. And then on the upside with the business as well, is that you could maybe change your life. You can build a vehicle that can financially support you and literally change the trajectory of your life. Building a computer science project, there, you know, it's free. It's free to build it as well. So if you fail, maybe you're a little bit disappointed. You've squandered a little bit of time, right? But you've learned even if you failed. And if you do it successfully, then you have a project for your portfolio. Maybe you have an app. Maybe you have another business vehicle through means of that project. There's so much more upside. There's so much more upside to doing something instead of doing nothing, or going and talking to that person you like. That's scary. That of course that's scary. That if they say no, if they don't want to talk to you, it feels like the end of the world is coming near. But if you really look at it objectively, if you go ask someone out and they say no, worst case scenario, they say no, get away from me or whatever, you go back to living that exact same life you were living moments before. It's not like you were in contact with that person anyway. So that's a absolutely zero loss situation. And even though it's a big perceived loss, even though you think that your brain may trick you into thinking that that's the end of the world or something, it's not that bad. And you go back to living the life that you had before. So zero loss. And then in the best case scenario, anything can happen. So the upside, there's no downside. And then there's so much upside. And it's the same thing, like I said, with starting an online business. I have some ideas and I'm scared to start them, right? Because I don't want to call clients. I don't want to call businesses and all that trying to sell something. That's scary. But if they say no, nothing happens. I go back to this life that I'm currently living right now before I've started. And if things do work out, then, I have this golden opportunity. I have this golden ticket. So the upside just outweighs the downside in so many ways, because essentially there is no downside. Worst case scenario, you go back to the life you live right now. So I think it's important to see that, because a lot of people misassess risk and they think that doing something like that is a lot riskier And they're a lot more scared of it than they should be. And I'm a lot more scared of those things than I feel like I logically should be as well. And that fear will hold you back. It will make sure that you stay in your comfort zone and stay doing what's comfortable for you, and you won't change. So if you don't like the way you live right now, if you don't like your life situation right now, fear and the fear of discomfort is going to keep you there, no matter how hard you logically understand that you have to go and do something. So if you can negate that fear a little bit, maybe it's a little bit easier to start on that route. That's all I have for today. It's a short one, but who knows? We'll make another one soon. And thank you for watching. Bye.